can. I wasn't digging, I was scratching.
She lying.
Just in case someone wanted to know.
Not everybody in the ear today.
I know, right?
There's too many different voices. Now, on
I just lived just now. That's so cute.
what?
That's so cute.
My shades?
What's up, you guys? You are tuned into an all-new episode of Point of View. Happy Thursday. We have a very special guest back from Netflix's hot TV show, The Circle Season 5, Mr. Oliver Twist.
What's going on, y'all? Thank
Hey,
y'all so much for
Oliver.
having me back.
Oh my gosh,
I
we
know,
just
I love it here. And I love it here.
We love to have you.
Yeah.
We know
We
that.
love you here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into this topic. You guys, they say you can tell a lot about a man by the way he treats his mother. They also say that hurt people hurt people. But where do we draw the line? Where does this stem from? Today we're going to tap into toxic masculinity amongst black men. Dr. Umar receives lots of hate for his very unpopular opinions, but let's see what he has to say about this topic. Take a look at this.
Why is it acceptable for the black man raised by a black woman without his dad to reject a black woman raised by her mother without her dad? I think sometimes black men can be guilty of a double standard where we want a perfect offering when we ourselves are not a perfect offering. And to that point, I think black men need to recognize the fact that one of the reasons we have so much conflict with black women is because we don't operate on a masculine platform with our women all the time. We tend to operate on a female platform.
Okay.
Amen.
Jesus.
Okay.
You know, I have heard from like one of my homeboys that every decision a man makes is usually based off of woman. Like if there were no woman on the earth, they would just operate.
On this
Women in
song,
the
this
movie.
is a man's
Yes.
Yeah,
world.
they just
Yeah.
operate based off of women. Literally, how they dress, how they act is literally dictated by women.
How they'll
So
perceive
Is
them.
it the same for women, though?
I don't think so.
They say women
No.
are like, you know, we do stuff for the women, you know, supposedly.
Yeah, for the
So,
girls.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they
Y'all
say.
believe that?
Some girl, I mean, now you got them girls, you know, we know a
That
few
do
of those
stuff
girls.
for just men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll even leave their homegirl at the club for some D. But,
Yeah,
like,
okay.
you know, like.
Clock that.
Low key, I feel like a lot of women, though, do value the opinion, whether they know it or not, of another woman. Like, you know, you want another girl to think you're cute because we sometimes, like, say or feel like men don't know what they talking about. You know, when
Right.
it comes to, like, you know, feminine
They don't know what they
women
talking
things
about, or they
sometimes.
only know what they talking about when they give you a compliment.
No, or they know what they talking about when they be in too much girl business.
I guess it depends on the man, but toxic masculinity is a thing, like in the black community, and I
sure.
wonder where that stems from. What do you guys think? Where it stems from? Toxic masculinity.
At the end of the day, what he was saying is black men who are raised by their mothers and missing their father don't want to accept women who are missing their father. So guess what? The same black man who doesn't want to accept a woman because she doesn't have her father he needs to hopefully be in his child's life
Right.
so that the generation, it doesn't continue. At the end of the day, the common denominator on both sides of the spectrum, black men missing fathers, you know, so and then that's another problem because black men tend to not know how to be a father because they never had a good example.
Okay.
And men who had these strong, amazing, strong mothers who could do everything, make it happen, lean so heavily on women and hope and pray that they could that when they become older, get a wife that can take care of them like their mom.
Yeah.
But when the roles are flipped, they are like, oh, well, she wants me to take care of her like I'm her daddy.
Yeah.
Well, she's never had a dad, and you've never had a dad. So at this point, why you want to throw rocks at a glass house?
Yeah.
So that it really doesn't make any sense. But at the end of the day, the common denominator is black men all need to take a look in the mirror.
Oliver, as a black man, I would love to hear your
Ooh.
take.
You know, this is straight people's business. And I don't really want to meddle. Hearing him talk was like hearing Chinese. I didn't understand what was going on. What I did appreciate was seeing a black man, what seemed like to me, advocate for black women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially coming from the male perspective.
Yeah.
And a lot of things he said, I definitely did understand. I definitely did understand. I do have just a lot of questions,
Right.
you know, like it just seems like a lot. Yeah. You know, I'm just happy I'm a gay man because being straight and black just seems like it comes with a
whole
lot
lot
of
of baggage.
requirements.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't do this, you can't say this, you can't feel this way, or the woman is going to view it this way. It seems like a song and dance that I'm okay with sitting out of. You know, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that when Dr. Umar was talking about toxic masculinity, the part that resonated with me was thinking about like conversations that I've had like with men, you know, in the past, you know, be it a friend, a coworker, a spouse, anything like that. And, you know, you have those moments where you feel like the conversation is getting like too catty. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is something that often happens in any kind of relationship. And, you know, maybe it stems from, you know, the typical situation where a lot of black men are not being raised in two-parent household, you know, black children, women, period. But, you know, I understood what he was saying because you expect a man to come in with this masculine presence or masculine tone that kind of, you know, sets the standard for the house. Like I often think about like even having children, like we all know how like you can have a kid as early as, you know, 6, 7 months old. And when the mom is saying something, it's like we're kind of in like a coaxing, you know, type of tone. We're almost like begging the kids to bend to our will versus like if a father says,
Stop that.
stop.
Yeah.
That's
it's
it.
over.
I mean, they don't have to get loud. The eyes don't have to get big. Nothing has to happen, but the children respect the tone. And I feel like a lot of times women are looking for that too. But because sometimes we are overly combative, you know, we are wanting the guy to just say, baby, stop, we ain't doing all that. But instead it'd be like,
Yeah.
See,
We were talking about that.
yeah.
We were talking about that because just because sometimes being an alpha man can come off like a little bit of toxic. It goes hand in hand, and the lines get very blurred very, very easily. But my thing is, with a man, to be an alpha man, you don't have to be toxic. Like, you don't have to be overbearing, you know what I mean? Because some women, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little combative. I'm not the easiest to go, you know. But at the same time, I have a man that has that same level of power. When it's stop, it's stop.
Yeah.
From me to my baby to everybody, like when everybody know when Malik speak, when he decides to speak,
when he fed up, baby,
it's over
shut
with.
it down.
Shut it down immediately, everything. But it's very far and few because he was also a man that grew up without a father. I'm a child that grew up with a father later on in my life. I haven't always had that. So I've always seen a strong woman. So I come strong with like my mom.
Yeah.
Miss Make It Happen. I'm a very powerful woman.
Yeah.
But some people say, oh, you can run over him. I can't run over him. Why? Because he's not overly masculine, or he's like, he doesn't like show this lion
He's
not
personality.
strong-arming you?
Yeah, like
I don't think toxic masculinity only comes from men who have an absent father. Sometimes they do have a father who also is like literally the epitome of toxic masculinity, and they like
Emotionally unhealthy. Yeah.
exactly, and like, you know, it'll be something as simple as like, don't do that, that's too sassy. Like they'll say that to their sons or something like that, and now they're like, okay, well, I can't wear like my jeans can't be too tight because that's sassy, or I can't, you know,
Or you
do
can't
certain
cry.
things. I can't cry
Yeah.
because that's sassy, and like now, you know, you've basically formed or raised this man who feels like he can't have emotions and he has to be this like super hyper version of a man, when there's a yin and yang in everything. You know, you can be a little soft, and there's also the times to be, you know,
and the
tough.
people
So
to
I'ma
be
talk-
soft with.
So I'm gonna advocate for my black straight man. Hey. So at what point is it an alpha male and it is acceptable? And at what point does it cross over into toxic masculinity? Because hearing him speak, he was like, you know, it becomes catty, but who says it's catty and who validates that it's catty? Like,
Yeah.
can it be a man in his alpha-ness trying to get a point across
Exactly.
to his
And it's
woman,
just stern.
or to that energy
Yeah.
and it's being stern?
Yeah.
Like, at what point does it flip over to now being
Can
toxic?
I answer? I feel like it's situational. It's situational depending on the receiver of that conversation.
Yeah.
So you could have a woman who is an alpha who could receive it and be combative, or you could have a more submissive woman that could be a little bit more receptive, like, okay, you know, let's do it your way.
Well, there is actually a take from Columbus Short. He was responding to Dr. Umar, so let's take a look at this clip real fast.
The 2000s, and these women are black women, were raised by single mothers, absentee fathers, fathers that are either incarcerated, dead, or just gone.
Talk about it.
That their mama said, you don't need no you don't need no man. You can do it by yourself. So that energy
Woo, this is giving me
comes in,
chills.
that energy comes into the home. They're not, what you talking about? Unless you giving me this, doing that, there's no respect of the man, the black man, in that by black women. And
I hate that. For
We
some
already,
black
we
men.
ready to go.
Go ahead, Tally, then tag
First
me
of
in
all, I
later.
feel like, and I hate to go there, but unless she identifies as black, baby, you're doing too much. First of all,
What was she doing wrong?
no, all that. Hoo.
She was feeling it. She was feeling it.
If she's black, that's fine, but you know.
Oh, if she's not black, then it's not fine.
Yes, exactly.
Why?
Because it's not. But at the end of the day, I also feel like low key to me, I don't know if it was his previous domestic violence case or the fact that he is, you know, married to a woman that is also not black. Like, you need to be a little bit more quiet, brother, because you really ain't with us for real. But you can go ahead, Janaya.
Well,
All you want to say?
no, I want to say is with a black woman, the problem is white women, let's say just what it is, white women are automatically more submissive to any man they get. White women will submit, period. Black women, you have to come with credentials. Any and every man can't come to a black woman and say, I'm the head of this household. That's not gonna work. You need to show me why you the head of this household. And if you can't show me, now you like, oh, well, let me go to the other side. Oh, let me go to the other side. No, baby, you need to show me why you the head of this household. Show me.
Oh, we should respect the man in his rightful place, period.
Yeah, I agree with
You know,
that.
and
Nah, I
encourage
need the
them
credentials.
to be their best. But I
my
do agree
goodness.
that white women are, across the board, easily coming
We
in.
do need to continue this conversation
pray for the black
another
man.
day. You guys, we're going to take a short
Please.
break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching POV. Welcome back, and if you're just now tuning in, you're watching POV. So this next topic is very disturbing. A Philadelphia man has voluntarily surrendered himself to the police for assaulting a woman at a local Dollar Tree. Now, this story has gone viral, and honestly, it has people super disgusted. This poor woman was left basically in tears after this incident. So I know we are gonna show B-roll, you know, because it is a super, super disturbing video.
Yeah.
But basically, for context, the man, you know, released, you know,
And
on
we're
her
not
leg.
talking about
Urine.
urine.
Yeah, we're not talking about urine. I mean, we can say
No,
ejaculate.
we can't.
We can't. Oh, okay.
Well, there it is.
My bad. I already said it.
He had a happy ending.
Yeah,
on
he
her
had
leg.
a happy ending on her leg, basically in public at a dollar store, and
Yeah.
she was left like the scream in her, like the horror in her voice. Like when I watched it, like I had goosebumps because I'm just like, first of all, that's so disgusting, and I could just feel like. I could just feel how violated she felt.
Like, how
you
dare
know?
you? What if it
Yeah.
was on an
She
open
was in
cut?
shock.
What if he had some type of disease and she had an open wound on her leg?
It's insane. My thing is like, what made, like, you have to be so sick and twisted in the mind, you know, to do that to someone you don't know in public, and the steps that you have to take to get there.
Like that's what I was just waiting. Like that doesn't just happen. Like
doesn't.
it takes a.
He was probably doing it in aisle 3 and then walked over to cash register and I don't know.
That's a lot of effort.
It is a lot of effort. He had tunnel vision. Like he wanted to do that.
Yeah, did y'all see his shirt? He knew what he was going in there for.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely. And I think he had a history of this before, right? Like he's
yeah,
had
I
some
saw
past
that.
offenses of this. I mean, there is a culture of people who engage in that voyeuristic activity that definitely crosses the line in situations like this. And I just think the judicial system really needs to crack down on this to send a message to everyone that these things are highly unacceptable. And I feel like with the internet being so widespread and people being able to share content, people see other people doing things like this because he's not the only one that does things like this.
Right.
Straight gay men participate in these types of things. People think it's okay and it's cool and they want to try it and they want to get, you know, their excitement. And it's just like, we need to bring shame back. We need to bring like
shame.
cracking down,
Have
you know?
no shame.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous. And my heart really went out to the lady. Like she was in shock and she was crying and she was hurt.
Yes.
You know, and at the hands of someone trying to fulfill their fetish, you know?
Which is insane.
Insane. They need a lot.
Dollar Tree.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Dollar
I'm telling
Tree,
you,
Target, Walmart,
That's
Walgreens.
crazy though. So you're not even safe anywhere.
No.
I think he did it there because he probably thought that was the least place that he felt like he could have got
Least amount of
caught.
population.
Yeah.
And he also knows that Dollar Tree be busy, but what's happened is they normally have 2 attendants at all the Dollar Trees I've ever been to, or Dollar
The whole
General.
store,
And there's
absolutely.
one on the register with 30 people in the line, somebody else is blowing the balloons up. So he already knew no one was watching. Yeah.
They went in that little room, the little cutoff little room, you know, to the corner.
I think this man was super sick in the head.
Yeah.
Because even with all of those factors, it still doesn't make sense to me. You know, like it just has to be like you have some kind of something going on mentally. Like, you know, all the bolts aren't screwed properly up there.
Yeah, I think it was a
Yeah.
fetish, like Oliver said. Like I
Yeah.
think he's just one of those type of people that chooses like sexual activities over everything in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people do underestimate, like there are like real deal sex addicts out there, and I know a lot of people kind of look at things like that and say like, oh, how can he be addicted to that? Some people don't take that addiction very seriously.
They
you know?
romanticize it.
This
like,
is clearly an addiction.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like 50, they romanticize it because of 50 Shades of Grey and things like that. They think that being addicted.
Now that was
to
different, girl. We're not gonna do that.
No,
Yeah,
That was different.
That was consensual.
Okay, that was very
but
different.
it's-
She was aware.
The image of going a little bit above and beyond and trying and experimenting.
is widespread.
This
It
was
is.
not an
It's all over
experiment.
X.
No, but
Twitter.
it puts having movies like that only for that puts things in people's mind.
Movies like what? I'm sorry, Miss.
50 Shades of Grey.
No, baby, I'm
Okay,
I'm
okay.
telling you what it is. On the little site called X.com, there's a whole rabbit hole that you can fall down into
Yes.
of people engaging in this type of
Yes, trust me,
activity.
50
and they
Shades of Grey
watch
did
it.
not do
Yeah,
it.
50, we can't blame it on
Okay.
the 50 Shades of Grey.
No.
This is
Oh
black
my
all the way.
God.
We in a black hole,
Or
baby.
Twitter, X.com.
Yeah.
Right.
Lord, for me, it's that, you know, the story is that he voluntarily turned himself in, which, I mean, the word voluntarily
Does nothing for you.
doesn't
Yeah.
work for me in the situation because it did go viral and everyone saw his face and his shirt clear as day. You know somebody who got that black faded shirt. You don't see it one time, baby. You know that shirt.
And he big.
Exactly. And he wasn't a bad looking guy either. I mean, it's really a shame. But do we feel like if it didn't go viral, he wasn't
No,
like
he wasn't.
He
No,
wasn't.
And if you
what
went to
did
his
it for me
Facebook,
was
he looked like
Meek
a normal
Mill
person.
putting the money on his head. That's what I feel like made him turn himself in. Meek Mill put 2 bands out for
bands.
whoever, right?
Only
it's not a lot of
2.
money. It's not a lot of money to somebody who don't have it.
I mean, honestly, Meek also didn't have to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that was
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't have to do
Meek
that.
Mill was like, let's play manhunt. Who can
Yeah.
get him to me first?
I want to know if she can potentially pursue any legal action against the store, considering
Absolutely.
were there security cameras, were they on, who was watching and who was not watching them. You know,
But how would that work though?
I
Like
don't
he
know.
wasn't
I'm
an
just
actual
curious.
employee or anything. Like this was just like something
That happened, but it
between
happened.
2.
Customer. Yeah,
It was
happened
on their
on their
property,
property,
so I'm
and
trying to
they're-
figure out like what would it fall under?
It would
curious.
for sure, yeah, because
I'm
honestly,
curious.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, judging this man, if she goes back and sues him, she ain't
not
getting nothing
getting
from him.
nothing.
Right.
Then, you know, lawyers typically go to the second tier, which is typically the wherever you were, you know, the
yeah.
establishment that you were in. So
Yeah.
that Dollar Tree is absolutely getting sued.
I think it's Dollar General. Yeah.
Dollar General,
Yeah, we
yes.
about to be messing up for
I
Dollar
know,
Tree.
right?
They already
Sorry.
having a hard time.
Right. They already
dollar
struggling.
store.
They shut down for real this
Right, they're
time.
gonna increase their prices to $3.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was just absolutely disgusting. Like, can you imagine? Like, he did that in public. Can you imagine what he has done to women in private? You know what I mean? That maybe no woman has come forward and said, or even if he
Yeah.
has even, God forbid, been around kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This I think about things
Ooh,
like
don't
that.
even
and
bring
it-
the babies in, because
I know, but it just makes me think about stuff like that because if you are capable of doing something like that, I
To a
hope
random stranger.
he has never been around a child,
Yeah.
you know, or someone who was helpless, you know, because what the heck, bro? Like, I just think that's so disgusting. They need to like lock him up and throw away the key.
When
Like,
he get in jail, they gonna tear him up.
Oh,
They gonna
absolutely.
destroy him.
They
you
love
gonna
when
get
they
what you
come
been
in.
looking for
They gonna
when you
vanquish him.
going.
Yeah.
Shoot, don't drop that soap.
Don't
I'm
do
done.
it.
I'm
They
done.
gonna take it from
They
him.
taking it. They not even waiting till he
Done.
drop
I'm
it.
done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just absolutely disgusting. But that I feel like I don't know if this kind of ties into toxic masculinity in a way. I'm not
That's
sure.
where I'm
Yeah,
kinda
because
does.
it's like hypersexuality, because that is kind of like a trait of a hyper masculine man, the hypersexuality thing.
What the level of entitlement he felt like that he
Yeah,
can do that
the
to that
level of
person.
entitlement, absolutely. Like he's the kind of guy who, like, you know, if he comes around a girl and like she doesn't want to like have sex with him, he'll be like, but why?
No,
Like, you
it'll
know?
be like, no, you are.
Right.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that doesn't give. He's gonna like, oh, like be upset or anything. He's not walking away.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people, guys, but you know, people that do things like this. To me, I feel like they be so like sexually unspoken, and low key, I feel like they're not privately. You know, making some of those, I feel like those people are not like privately making sexual advancements and, you know, doing all of these things that it's really something missing in their mind to where they have that freedom to do it to a stranger. But, you know, a lot of these people low-key be like virgins and no, for real.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because my question was going to be, he's clearly going to go to jail, hopefully.
Right.
Like, he
Yeah.
needs to go. He needs to be locked up.
maybe castrated.
I mean,
Maybe.
but it's like clearly something. Can we agree something is wrong with him? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
mentally, clinically, medically, probably.
Absolutely.
When he goes to jail, in prison being a place of reform,
Psych.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Will he? Should he? Can he get reformed in prison?
I hope they give him some kind of psychological something.
Because something is wrong. Like
Yeah,
something is wrong
something
for you to
is
do that
wrong.
in public to a person.
Realistically,
Yeah.
he can only afford a public defender. He's not going to be able to afford a private attorney where they would advocate for that. A public defender is not going to be like, oh no, he needs, push.
We
You have to
don't know
push
how much money he got.
for.
I went on his Facebook. He looked like he had
We
like
don't
if
know,
you
he
didn't
might
know
be a
nothing,
little
he
scam
looked
or
like he
something.
had some sense and did something in this world.
I wouldn't.
I got a question. So, would we have the same feelings toward this situation if the roles were reversed and there was a woman who actually, had a happy ending, on a man in public?
So this
I
is
would.
Now, what did that look
it's
like?
not-
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. It wouldn't exactly be the same motion, clearly, because
Right.
it's two totally
But we're
different
talking
worlds.
about if it happened.
But what if she just happened to pour something?
That's
I would.
disgusting. Yeah, I would have the same reaction. That's
The
absolutely
world
disgusting.
would not probably.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
put your,
think the
don't
world
put your
would
body
probably
juices on me.
know. I don't think they would
What if
know
it was like
that
some
was.
breast milk and she just,
Oh my goodness.
would we have the same reaction?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think the guy would have the same reaction.
You think he'd be happy?
But what was so disturbing was her blood curdling scream. Like, she was distraught.
Yeah.
I don't feel like if a woman comes up, because trying to think, that's really the only logical way that a woman can like get something onto a man from a distance. I don't think a man would be so in distress, and I don't think it would have escalated to this. No, and then a social media influence. A celebrity is not going to put a bounty on a woman to bring. That's all of this is not going to happen.
Listen here, straight men. It's y'all gay nephew over here. Clearly, by the topics of the show, y'all need to get together and have a meeting. Okay, it's a lot of stuff going on. All right, y'all got a lot of problems. Y'all not treating the women right. Y'all need to get together and get it together quick.
Right.
With the quickness before they start implementing castration.
And I'm coming to the meeting. I'm taking the minutes. Okay, we gonna have an accountability around this sucker.
I will be the secretary.
Okay.
And I just want to be the fly on the
And
wall.
I'm taking
Goodness.
attendance. Line these brothers up.
Honestly,
get 'em together.
yeah, I feel so bad for that woman. I really
Me
hope
too.
she gets the justice that she deserves.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Girl,
because-
sue them all.
Sue every girl. Get
Yeah,
every
try.
dollar.
Every
you
dollar.
can.
Shut
Juggler.
all the Dollar Trees.
And
Yeah,
the
girl,
part
you should
that
try.
sucks is like she can get as much money as possible, but I'm pretty sure
She'll
that
never live down
that
this
trauma
moment.
is still gonna be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you guys, we are running out of time. Catch us back here tomorrow here at Afro TV. Bye.